Hello everybody, these videos are to help you get ready for the PDE Major Review 2016 for your programs in your department. We're going to follow up these videos with hopefully some one-on-one meetings. So in the email I sent you, there are directions for accessing your files in a Word document and then two links to two videos. The first one explains how to access the files and what's in the folders, and the second one concentrates on the PDE template that's in one of your folders and the answer document and how you use those. So what I'd like you to do is watch both videos, be able to access the files, get in and read what is in the answer document, and come up with questions that you have about interpreting, how to answer the PDE questions or things that you want to discuss. And then in the follow-up one-to-one meeting, then we can get into the meat of it. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is access your files. And I'm not going to go through these directions step by step, but I want to point out a couple things. If you're on campus, it's easier to access your files and work with your files than it is if you're off campus. Although the main document, the answer document, doesn't matter where you are. All right. Anyways, if you're on campus, what you do is you open up a Windows folder, not a browser, not Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, but a window. Maybe the easiest window to think about is the My Documents window, but any window will do. So you open up a window, and then in the address bar, you're going to type //, etc. Now, make sure you're using the backslash, which is above the enter key on most keyboards. Press return. Then you're going to get something like this. And in the address bar, right about here, is a folder icon with a green bar under it, indicating that it's a networked folder. Grab that folder and drag it to your desktop. Then from then on, all you're going to have to do is double-click that folder, and everything you need is going to be right there. If you're on a Mac, it's the same idea, but the directions are different. A little bit trickier doing it on a Mac, but once you're set up, you're good to go. If you're off campus, you can use My Drive to access the same folders. We found out very interestingly that the M drive that some of you use on campus is the exact same network drive as My Drive. And so you can access the files either directly on campus through M drive or off campus through My Drive. I do think it's easier to work with M drive. You just double click and you're there. With My Drive, you have to download files, work with them, upload them back again. It's just kind of tricky. However, again, and this is going to be in the second video, the answer document is the main thing we're working with, and that's a link that you click and you open it and you can work anywhere you want. All right, once you have the files set up, or once you have the shortcut set up, you will have an icon on your desktop. Now, this is what it looks like on a Mac. If I open this up, what I see is a folder for every major program, or every major department that's involved. You, because of security privileges, will only see a folder for your department. When you open up your folder, you should see several subfolders. You're going to have a folder for Syllabi and Vita that you've already completed. And you're going to see a folder for every program that is part of the review from your department. So ACE has one program that we're currently working on, the BSc in Technology Engineering Education. EDFN has a number of different programs: online teaching, principal, special education, post-bac 7 through 12, etc. Plus they have the Syllabi and Vita folder. I'm going to concentrate on ACE as a simple example, so everything that we're doing now is in this folder. Again, several subfiles and folders. There's the answer document. I'm going to talk about that in the second video. That's the most important document that's in here. This is where you're going to do all your work. There's the major review rubric that's put out by PDE. When you start reading the rubric, you're going to see it has things like, did you do the answer, yes or no? If you wrote the answer, then you have passed it. And you might read a few of those and go, okay, I don't need to pay attention to this rubric anymore. But that's not correct, because as you get through it, the rubric starts to identify things they're looking for that are not clearly spelled out in the question. And if you don't pay attention to the rubric, you could give an answer that is not sufficient for what PDE is looking for. There's also a direction document where I provide some of my insights into what PDE is really looking for and what you might think about when you're answering the questions. So my advice to you is to print out both of these, have them kind of by the side. As you're going question by question, read the directions that I give, read the rubric, and then you're ready to go into the answer document. Kind of do it question by question. Two more documents that I'm going to address in the next video are the template and the answer document. Also in your folder is an evidence document. And what you have in here is a number of different documents that I think might be relevant to various questions. And each document has a number in front of it that relates to the questions that I think might be relevant for. What we're going to do is after you've provided answers in the answer document, we're going to create PDFs of those answers and attach them into the template the way that PDE wants them, and we also select some of this evidence to turn into PDFs and put into the template. Now, in many cases, you're going to have additional evidence that is not in this folder that you want to be part of your answer. And what you're going to do then is take those extra documents, put them in the evidence folder. Best you can, identify in your narrative answers which documents you put in and what we should be using to help answer the questions. And if possible, it'd be great if you could put a number in front of your document that indicates which question it goes with. But the most important thing is just to be clear somehow in your narrative what documents you're using, and that should be turned into PDE. Again, the Dean's Office is going to spend pretty much the summer getting the PDE template right based on the answers that you provide. All right, the next video is going to be about the answer document and the template, but the main thing I want to say even before you watch that video, just to end this up, is you're going to look at this for some information, but you're not going to work in the template. All of your work, all of your typing is going to be done in the answer document. All right, see you in the second video.